Alright, so I'm about to do something incredibly predictable, but fun. Nonetheless, fun. So, today, we are going to be doing what if Deku was a demigod. Now, he is going to be a very special demigod. He is going to be the first ultimate demigod, I guess. See, how this is going to work is the gods needed a hero for the ages. Because, no one believes in their power anymore. This, that, and the other thing. So, now this is going to seem impossible, but all of the 12 major gods chose one child. Let's see. So he's going to have a whole fucking mess of powers. He's going to have the ability to, he's going to be able to fly, manipulate the sky, breathe underwater, create hurricanes, raise undead, be immune, be able to shadow teleport and manipulate shadows, have the ability to become completely invulnerable to do Ares' wrath, be incredibly intelligent, fast, be extremely good with archery, tracking, singing, for some odd reason, but, and being able to make really good elixirs, basically to make potions that heal people, or himself. I'm trying to think, are there any other? Oh, yeah, Aphrodite. Yeah, it's good. He's gonna be pretty much irresistible to girls. So, he's also going to be able to manipulate lightning, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Also raise undead and manipulate the earth. Oh, he's going to be really good with his hands. By that I mean Hephaestus, he's going to be really good at making, tiny little contraptions out of nothing. Well, essentially nothing. Give this man a toothpick and a can, you can make an Iron Man suit. Like, the nanotech version. That was funny. Yeah, I remember being told that, and never mind. Ouch, I stepped on something. Oh, it was painful. Oh, infinite agony. Anyway, so yeah. So when Midoriya is born, there is a massive, and when I say massive, I mean massive. I'm sorry, that was completely uncalled for and random, but still, it's a massive storm going on. Okay? So, during this storm, Poseidon, Zeus, and Hades are making their final decisions. All the other gods have fully decided, yes, this should be the human. We've made their soul already and infused it with our powers. The blessing of Athena, the gift of Ares, this, that, and the other thing. Also, he's going to be really good at tolerating alcohol. Forget about Demeter? I think that's how you say it. The wine god. I don't know. Oh, I forgot. He's going to be, stupidly freaking strong. And not only that, but he's going to have a healing factor because of the water. And also be able to manipulate ice and snow. Why do I not realize these things? So, yeah. Basically, Zeus, he got his Master Bolt. I'm gonna say in this universe, Hades doesn't have a helmet of invisibility. He has a scythe of death. a death scythe. He has that, Poseidon has his trident. All three of them, point their weapons towards Midoriya. Over the hospital that Midoriya is in has a gigantic, like, basically an energy dragon, like an energy Japanese or a Chinese energy dragon just flies down. No normal human can see this, but all of the half-bloods, all of the monsters, heck, even people that somehow can see through the mist. Because, yes, Percy will exist in this universe. Also, this is disgusting. I'm going to go throw it away now. Yeah, gross. Anyway, they can all feel this energy. They are like, what the heck? So, yeah. When, Midoriya absorbs all the energy, he's a happy little baby. We're going to do a time skip. So, when he first, he's always been able to use his abilities. It's just that, he's never shown anyone. Until, I'm going to put the person, him defending someone a little bit later into the timeline. See, there's 3 new transfer students going to his school. Since Olympus is in Japan, because it is in Japan for now, because, it moves with whatever. And the underworld is in Japan. Where would Camp Half-Blood be? Whatever, Camp Half-Blood is also in Japan, because, yeah, so Charon, or, things I say, Charon? Charon? I don't know. The centaur dude. The really cool centaur dude. But anyway. So, they're all getting picked on by Bakugo because, they're perceived as, oh my god, I just realized it'd be really easy for satyrs to run around if people could see them. I mean, they can, but why do they even have fake legs? They have, the mist would cover that. Also, for that matter, why would, never mind. Anyway, yeah, so, Gunter is the name of the penguin from Adventure Time. Also because he was made by the power of the gods, not by their actual DNA. He's not related to any canon, but yeah. So he's free reign. Percella, because I'm gonna make Percy a girl. God, I'm gonna get a lot of freaking hate on this video. Ugh, this is gonna be a nightmare. So, Percella, or female Percy, now just leave Percy as normal. He'll just be gone. Talitha, Annabeth, Percy show up because whatever the name of the satyr, he couldn't because he was still out looking for Pan. Oh, because the war on Olympus hadn't started yet. Because Olympus moved. Now this is why they needed a superhero. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I just realized. He wants to be a superhero. And for the Olympians, or in Greece terms, he is a superhero. Like, he is the ultimate demigod. Oh my god, the irony. Oh, I'm a moron. Why did I just realize that? Ugh. Tired red is funny red. Anyway. Where was I? I honestly just forgot. Hold on. Oh yeah. So, he sees Bakugo bullying those three because they can't really use their abilities. Well, they can. It's just Bakugo sees their quirks as weak because Percy has to use a very weak version of his power. Percy's power is really weird. He can manipulate water, but he has to have the emotions to do it, but whatever. So, Izuku sees them and he's like, "Hey, Bakugo, leave him alone." As he runs over there, as Bakugo's like, "What are you gonna do about it, quirkless Deku?" He's like, "Oh." Sorry, as I'm stuck in my throat. Anyway. I'm gonna get it out. Anyway, so he's like, "This, you idiot! This, you freaking jerk!" Right as this, as everyone sees, basically, he has Spartan rage. Yay! So yeah, he brings back his arm as, Greek symbols just appear on his right arm as his sleeve gets burned off, and he just punches Bakugo square in the jaw. Bakugo knocked out. He done. Thumbs up. Man's is done. He's like, "Man, my sleeve." Also, Midoriya is built. He built different. No cap. Man's is built different. Man's is like Jotaro level buff. People still would pick on him because he doesn't have a quirk and he wouldn't really fight back. But Man's could take you out even without Spartan Rage. He's not Jotaro built. He's like almost Jotaro built. Like he's a fusion. He's like just tone down Jotaro's muscles by like 3/4, like 75%, and then you got Midoriya. Man's is toned. So yeah. What else? So yeah, Annabeth, Talitha, and Midoriya are like, Jesus, what the heck? And Midoriya's like, "Yeah, sorry about him. You must be new here. I'm Izuku Midoriya." They're like, Percy's like, "I'm Percy Jackson. That's Annabeth. And that's Talitha." I don't remember their last names. My apologies. You Percy Jackson fans. I mean, I'm honestly one too. It's been for freaking ever since I read the books. But yeah. So he's like, "So, what brings you to Japan?" "Well, stuff." Understandable. Y'all guys want to come over to my house later? I got games, other stuff. They're like, "Sure." Midoriya's like, Cool. Alright, see you after school. I gotta go change my uniform. By the way, the only ones that can see the Greek letters appear on his arm. Well, no, everyone saw the Greek letters appear. No one but, Percy, Annabeth, and Talitha. It's gonna be pronounced different every time. Just roll with it. They're the only ones that saw the Spartan Rage light up off of the symbols. You know, they're like, so, you know, Annabeth's, so, Talitha is like, so that's our guy? So, Annabeth, that's our guy? Annabeth is like, you seen anyone else throw a haymaker that strong? Yeah, definitely our guy. Percy's like, well, even with my indestructibility, that looked like it would hurt. He was the chosen one by the gods. Yeah, they are a pain. They can be a bit of a... They can be a bit annoying sometimes with their weird ways, but it's whatever. Alright, we just gotta get him to Camp Half-Blood. But how are we gonna manage that? I mean, how is this scent not even shown up yet? I don't know. Maybe he just naturally manipulates the mist without realizing? I doubt he even knows that the Greek gods exist. I bet he just thinks this is his quirk. You know, they're talking about this while walking over to Midoriya's house because, you know, time skip. Well, we're gonna find out soon. You know, they knock on the door. You know, Midoriya opens it like, oh, hey, you actually came. Well, yeah, you invited, so we accepted the invite. Oh, cool. Mom, we got guests. You know, Inko runs to the door, like, oh, nice to meet you. I'm Inko. Nice to meet you. You know, Percy's like, pleasure to meet you, Miss Midoriya. And she says, Midoriya, you didn't tell me you were having people over. I didn't think they'd actually come. Normally, people just don't talk to me. Then again, I saved them from Bakugo. His douchiness. You know, Inko's like, what do you mean? Oh, crap. You know, he's like, wait, you know, as Talitha is like, yeah, the guy was threatening to blow us up. He even tried to hit Annabeth over here. Annabeth raises her hand and waves. You know, she's like, what? I'm calling Mitsuki. He's like, boy, mom. Oh, crap. Well, there goes that. Whatever. My room's upstairs. Come on. You know, so they go upstairs into his room, and they're like, what's all this stuff? You got a lot of trinkets around. Well, I tend to tinker. I don't know why, I just feel compelled to. I get bored easily. Weird drawback of, I guess it's just a personality thing. My quirk's really powerful, so I get to screw around with it. With my quirk, I'm able to, you know, heat up objects, and then fuse them together, create new things, do a bunch of crazy crap. Hey, listen, we gotta talk to you. Sure. What's up, Percy? Okay, so you're not gonna believe me, but the Greek gods are real. Uh-huh. Okay, where's the punchline? No, I'm dead serious. I'm the son of Poseidon. Annabeth over there is, you know, daughter of Athena. See, that's why I know you're lying, because Athena pipes up, brain baby. Brain baby, that is incredibly vivid, but I don't want to picture it. But I, for some reason, cannot help but picture it. Oh, God. Let me guess, that one over there is the daughter of Zeus. Somehow became one of the hunters of Hermes. You know, as a silver crown appears on her head. Like one of those like braided twig crowns or whatever appear on her head, but silver. As, you know, a bow appears along with silver arrows. You know, her whole her whole huntress outfit appears. Yep, you hit the mark. Magical girl transformation said what? Talitha's like, what? You know, Midoriya's like, I didn't think that would work, but that was perfect. Anyway, so why are you here? Because you're the superhero of Olympus, apparently. Superhero of Olympus. The frag are you talking about? Okay, so when you were born, before you were born, all the gods had decided to give you a gift of, you know, their power. For example, that really, really, like, flamey punch you did, that was Ares' wrath. That explains the Greek symbols. So let me guess, the reason I can breathe underwater, Percy says, my father. Uh-huh. Oh my god. You better be glad this is the last you better be glad this is like the last 4 weeks of school. Yeah, we were sent here to find you and bring you to Camp Half-Blood. Great, so there's a summer camp for Greek heroes. This is completely new to me, but also not surprising. So I'm just gonna take a guess here and say that, you want me to come to this camp and help you fight something? No, not fight something. I'm just gonna take a guess here and say you want me to come to this camp and help you fight what? Like Juggernaut, like not Juggernauts, like Colossus, like Cyclops, Hydras, dragons, and metal dragons. And, you know, Annabeth is like, no, we want your help to fight a Titan. All of them. Shh. Making a video, leave. As Midoriya's like, whoa, like, the Titans? Leave. As, you know, Talitha's like, yeah, the Titans. Like, the gigantic monsters that could eat time and space and spit it out like it's nothing. Yep. And Percy's like, yep. Okay, well, this is gonna be interesting. So, what now? No. Oh my god, whatever. Anyway. Somebody where you know, time skip, you know, he gets to Camp Half-Blood. Monsters are unable to smell him because, you know, he naturally manipulates the mist without realizing. So, you know, he is brought to Camp Half-Blood. He sees through the mist. This, that. So, you know, he starts doing the normal camp activities. When, you know, Blankafor... Why do I remember his name, but not the satyr that Percy is best friends with? Why do I remember his name? Whatever. When Blankafor and Percy went on that mission to go blow up that ship that Luke and Kronos were on when they got fused. Actually, Percy didn't get invincible yet. Somebody where, you know, he's in the Hephaestus Forge, you know, he has got his own little area because, you know, he says, he asked, the centaur dude specifically for his own area so he can just screw around, see what he can make. And, you know, he's made something. By something, I mean the man has a full freaking army of robots. Of automatons. Not only that, but he has full weaponry. Man's got a full freaking arsenal. He's even made freaking bullets. Bullets out of celestial steel. No, wait. Yeah, it's celestial bronze. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's celestial bronze. He has made... all the man's created unthinkable things. Mance has a freaking Cyclops automaton. He remade a Talon, a smaller Talon. Man is gifted by the gods and is unstoppable. Anyway. Yeah, he's also, able to, he was able to make, you know how Greek fire can burn pretty much anything? Yeah, he made an even stronger variant of Greek fire. The council has awarded not but one singular yike. Right, I had to make at least one Russian Badger video. I mean, reference in this video. Words. Where was I? Oh yeah. Man's also figured out how to use all of his abilities, so this man can make a full freaking storm. Like, he could create a giant thunderstorm. Now, he has fallen for someone, per se. 2 people have fallen for him. Or have they? I don't know what I wanted to do. Okay, so... Oh, wait. Talitha can't fall in love with a dude. Because she's part of the Hunters. Well, crap. There goes that idea. Well... Izuku's the exception. I mean, he technically, now you may be like, that doesn't make any sense. Technically, he is a hunter of Hermes because, Hermes gave him some power. Oh god, this man has the ability to manipulate the sun and the moon. Man can make a solar eclipse. Which would be equally terrifying because this man gets stronger in shadows. And in sunlight and in moonlight. So technically, a solar eclipse would make him like hundreds of times more powerful. Oh my god. Okay, so the god, the one god that betrayed Olympus. There's like a lot of gods that betrayed Olympus. Jeez. The one that puts people to sleep. Yeah, they did their thing. Everyone's asleep. Camp Half-Blood moves everybody out of the way. It's time. It was basically wartime. So Midoriya is, he's finishing up something. Percy has his invulnerability. Annabeth got stabbed. No, she didn't get stabbed yet. What's her name? Clara? The, Ares. Yeah, the child of Ares, Clara. She's already there, about to engage the Basilisk. Actually, Blankfor's girlfriend, they did the whole traitor thing. As, Midoriya pulls up. Not yet, actually. So, Midoriya's flying a blimp. Like a huge freaking aerial battleship. There's like hundreds of them. Just flying over Tokyo. And everyone's looking up like, what the frag are those? As Midoriya walks up onto the, the front. He's standing at the very front of the boat, foot on the, tip of the boat, pretty much. He's like, so, Percy, did I come in good time? Is this it, good timing? I brought backup. As Percy hears this, and he's like, Izuku, you son of a... And he's like, come on, man, there's kids watching. Do it now. He presses a button on his watch as he says that. And then you know, the ships start dropping. They're just dropping drop pods, like thousands of them, you know, and every time one hits the ground and releases all of the, you know, automaton soldiers, skeletons will begin rising out of the ground from the cracks, like ashes, like bone ash will, you know, slowly rise out of the cracks and then form like full-on invincible, not invincible, but, you know, skeletons and junk. As, you know, the bigger the drop pod, basically, the bigger the creature, the bigger the drop pod, which also means the bigger undead creature that gets spawned. And Midoriya is like, what do you think? It's a big army, right? You know, Percy's like, you know, as Midoriya hops down, you know, onto the bridge with Percy and Annabeth. You know, Percy's like, geez, man, is that why it took you so long? Yeah, sorry. You know how it is. It took me a while, but, you know, backup is backup, especially when you have freaking Cyclops the size of the Tri-State area. Oh, man. Now, where's that dragon? Midoriya's not, Percy's like, what? The dragon? You know, as like 4 or 5 gigantic copper dragons start flying out of the ships. Oh, there they are. And there are more of them than I remember making. Brain turn off moment. I don't know. You know, Percy's like, you made 7 freaking warships that fly. Oh, you're forgetting about the submarines. You know, he points off to the, he points to the one side of the bridge as a bunch of, like, submarines start, you know, rising as, like, hundreds of sea monsters, automaton versions of sea monsters start flying, you know, just flying out. As Midoriya, you know, as Percy's like, dude, is there anything you didn't think of? Underground attacks? Maybe? I mean, besides that, no. Sorry. I mean, I do have this one neat little contraption, but it's incredibly dangerous. Is there anything you haven't made that isn't dangerous? This one is even more so. Anyway, so what's going on? You know, as he says this, Annabeth is like, watch out! You know, as she gets stabbed. You know, Midoriya sees this, and you know, Annabeth and Izuku were pretty much like the ones who everyone thought were gonna get together. You know, they knew were gonna get together. Instead of it being, you know, Izuku, Percy and Annabeth, it's Izuku and Annabeth. And, well, Annabeth and Izuku. So when Midoriya saw this, you know, Percy was like, oh, no. As, you know, the kid pulled the knife out of her, and she's like, you know, Izuku's like, Annabeth! You know, he ran over, grabbed her, and she's like, I'll be okay. You know, and she passes out. You know, Midoriya's eyes, you know, you can just feel the malicious intent. Like, everything. Like, this man's malicious intent covered Tokyo. Like, it practically covered the entire world. Typhon is the name of that really, really big guy. I'm pretty sure. The name of that huge freaking Titan. Multiple heads. Yeah. That thing, you know, felt his, his malice. You know, it stopped dead in its tracks. And, like, refused to move. You know, as Midoriya said, Percy, take Annabeth. Find someone to heal her now. You know, Percy's like, you got it, boss. No, not dying today, not dying today, not dying today. I may be invincible, but I'm still immortal. Still not dying today. So, Percy dipped with Annabeth as Midoriya stood up. Then we walked over to the kid, picked him up, and just squish. Not getting any more vivid than that. As Midoriya, reaches into like a pouch thing. No. And he's wearing like full decked out armor. As he holds out his hand, and black energy starts to siphon in his hand as, the sun and the moon begin to create an eclipse. As all of the automatons look at the eclipse, as all of their armor, they start getting bigger and their armor plates flip over to reveal a black metal material. So yeah, all the automatons got bigger. So did all of the undead creatures. They got a lot bigger and stronger. Also, there's like there's 7 undead dragons, 7 automaton dragons, so this is terrifying for the enemies. Now they're just bigger. They were the size of, your generic run-of-the-mill dragon. Now they're the size of, I don't freaking know, the Golden Gate Bridge. Like, one dragon is the size of the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, terrifying, I know. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, so Midoriya, he's like, you will all perish painfully. As the celestial bronze on his armor turned completely pitch black, as a giant, storm. Just imagine the worst storm in history. Multiply that by 1,000. No, 100. Multiply that by 1,000,000, and that is the storm this man is calling. The seas, they're like freaking out. They're rising as like even sea monsters, even normal sea monsters are bending to his will at this point. As like gigantic sea serpents start appearing. Like the whole freaking 9, bro. As like a bunch of, dragon, like normal actual dragons, like wyverns, legit dragons, and freaking like Chinese dragons start flying in and out of the clouds that are also thundering. As occasionally a bolt of lightning will strike the ground. So as Midoriya was walking towards the main bridge where the army was coming from, one struck behind him, and his shadow was just demons. That's all it was, just a bunch of giant monsters just freaking out. As out of his shadow, Sybaris! Yay! Fun! Yeah, the giant 3-headed demon dog just pops out of a man's shadow, as hundreds of other creatures from Tartarus that, that listen to Midoriya because they don't have a choice. They start coming out of the shadow, and like Midoriya is wrecking house. Everything is just destroyed at this point. Midoriya is absolutely annihilating. It's hilarious. Midoriya is like, screw it. As I didn't mention this before, but on his glove, he has like a weird little protrusion right next to his thumb as he blows onto basically a whistle. As, oh boy. As the ground in front of him just shatters open. You remember the boar that is unstoppable? You know, the unstoppable boar from, what was it, book 3? Maybe 4? Could be 5. Don't remember. One of those 3. Yeah, basically that thing just jumps out of that and just starts bulldozing everything that Midoriya sees as an enemy. So yeah, that, you know, Kronos or Luke, you know, they still try. They get, you know, even with their massive army, Kronos, you know, he can stop freaking time. Plus they have Atlas. Well, not Atlas. Was it Hyperion? I think it's Hyperion or Atlas. I don't remember the actual name. The Fire Titan. And just because I'm going to say they somehow found a way to make it to where Atlas was able to escape, so Atlas is out. So yeah, 3 Titans against a Midoriya. That's going to be tough, even for him. But Typhon, you know, is stuck in fear. He hasn't moved, like, an inch at all. The gods are, like, super freaking confused until they realize, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Is our super demigod doing work? You know, as freaking Hermes is like, hold on. Yeah, he's doing absolute freaking work. He has made enough of things to make Hephaestus proud. He's also created enough undead creatures that it would make Hades envious. Mans has created a storm so big that it's almost impossible to get to Japan. It took me like 5 seconds just to get through the storm. 5? You know, this is like 5 seconds? I could only stall you with a storm for 2. Jeez. Yeah, not only that, but it's a freaking hurricane. It is a madhouse over there. Should we go help? You know, Poseidon pops up. I don't think we should. Let's let our superhero handle this. You know, Zeus is like, yeah, sure. We'll try and get Typhon, Typhon back under wraps. Okay, let's go. You know, so they start pushing Typhon back, getting him, you know, back to where he was sealed away. So, you know, Kronos stopped time with, you know, his 2 brothers, slipped past Midoriya and got into Mount Olympus. You know, Midoriya sensed this, you know, he was like, Griffin. As a giant, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Just a giant griffin of death just appears in front of Midoriya as he's like, you know, he jumps on its back. Olympus, now. You know, as they instantly get into Olympus, as he sees the 3 Titans, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. You know, as Kronos, Atlas, and Hyperion, or whatever, are like, you can, you know, Kronos is like, you can try week 1, but I control time. You know, as Midoriya, you know, grabs Luke's body and just slams it into the ground. He's like, I don't care if you can control time, if you don't have, if your brain can't function. You know, 100.2 quadrillion volts. You know, as it's just, yeah, you can't, a brain dead Titan is completely useless. Yeah, he killed Kronos with the amount of energy he put into that one attack. You know, as he rips his hand off of Kronos' face, or Luke's face, as Kronos' is just brain is deep fried. As he looks at the other 2, bring it. You know, they start fighting. Midoriya takes out a sword. You know, he's destroying them. You know, Atlas does manage to get a good swing on Midoriya. You know, it breaks his armor. But then, you know, the armor's pieces start flying back and immediately reattach. As he's like, Alright. You know what? I'm done playing these games. I'm done playing these games. Cursed armor! Awaken! Awaken! You know, basically, you know the Berserker armor? Yeah, that's... Midoriya made the Berserker armor, essentially. But more powerful. Because Spartan Rage then activates, which it's already been activated, but really weak. Now it's like full power, which is absolutely terrifying. You know, so yeah, he wipes out everything. You know, he starts calming down as the storm dies down, and so does the sleep barrier. So yeah. Also, Midoriya, for some reason, has the ability to just repair buildings, so he does. Yeah. Anyway, this is going to be the spot off. If you want a part 2, tell me in the comments.